We start the next match. Okay, yeah. This hand is something. I don't know if I should keep it or not. Honestly, I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to keep. We have the familiar to help us out. Basically, that's the main reason why I decided to keep. My opponent started with 7, so let's see how it goes. So I need another land to kind of not have a clunky hand. But it's something that happens all the time. Ancient Spring, so this is probably cycling. So this means that this is a nightmare matchup. We need to be faster than them. Gaining life doesn't really do anything. Most of our cards doesn't do anything versus them, so we're going to go for this. Next turn probably evoke Drifter, try to find more lands. At least we can deploy our familiars pretty aggressively. They shouldn't have any way of interacting with us. They could also be like other storm decks, like Griselbrand. Sorry, what's it called? Fisherbrand. Okay. Nothing we can do about this. Let's just try to find more lands. Please, oh please. Ugh. I could play it. If I play it, I can do like deep analysis next turn. Otherwise, next turn I'm not doing anything. I mean, I'm just playing this and like a faithful, which I don't care about. I think I'm going to go for this. It's super unfortunate, I don't really like it, but we also have bounce lands. So yeah, they are on probably cycling. I should hope they play something so we can snap it. The main issue I encountered when playing this deck was finding lands. Most of the builds played very low land count, which is necessary to kind of not flood out. But also, you kind of want to your first land drops all the time, so that's why he's aggressively cycling now. Of course, he looks at a lot of cards. He already look at 4 extra cards, but if you play like 12 lands, then it's very difficult to make your third land drop on time, even if all your cards cycle, or most of your cards cycle. They found them scary. Sadly, most of our interaction isn't great versus them. Okay, yeah, I'm going to start with deep analysis here. Play the Thriving Isle probably. And at least we don't need to discard. Okay, if we play the Thriving Isle, we kind of have 5 mana next turn. We can at least deploy a Dinroba, which would remove them from some amount of mana, which I think is fine. It's not the best plan in the world, but again, we don't have a lot of interaction. We really don't have a clock either, so we are kind of in this position. We can also just deploy like Archaeomancer, but we don't have anything else to bring back. We can try to gain infinite life with Faithful, Archaeomancer, and Flicker. We are not that far out from that, actually. That would be great. Because when they come off, they have like some amount of mana, but not infinite. So they sacrifice to generate mana, so they're trying to go off here, probably. Exhume, they bring back Bantasaur, probably. We get a Muldrifter. I don't think we are going to get another turn. This is a bit unfortunate, but nothing we can do really. Let's see what happens now. So if they're on Exhume, maybe we want to have like cast downs. Rush. So they draw a million cards. They have only 3 mana in pool. If they exhumed, well, maybe they exhumed to do the rush. So they probably don't have like. Okay, they play a land. So they probably aren't going off right now. They're just setting up. Hopefully, that's the deal. They're always spending mana now. Burnt Offering. Ugh. Let's see what happens. Storm count 4, so if they have a Ripping, they may just have it. That's annoying. I want to continue looking at their deck, so I'm going to let them combo off. No Exhume. It's fine. Champion Attendance. Okay, so they are on Delve too. We don't have any Graveyard Hate in the sideboard, so what can we bring in? Probably Negates to counter their Rush rituals. Cast Downs, probably? I don't know, I don't really like Cast Down. Yeah, so probably only Negates. Maybe Mohawk, but it's so slow versus them. Even though it interacts in their hand, which is something that we would like to have in access to. Okay, so they start playing Dranit Stingers now. Okay. But they only have 3 cards in hand, so they need to have like Ripping. And even if they do, I don't think they have enough to kill us right now. The good thing of this Storm combo is that at least it doesn't take a long time to execute, so they can actually finish kind of in time. So they need to cycle 8 more, and they have 5 mana in pool, so they don't have enough. I mean, they found another songs, and they are just probably just putting creatures in the graveyard for songs. Okay, Ripping, so they don't have songs. Huh. Interesting. They get back everything. Literally everything. Okay. That's fine. But they still don't have enough to kill us, and unless they have like, I don't know, No, they shouldn't have enough. So if they just pass the turn, we can start just maybe Dinrobaing their Sulfur Vent to just remove them from mana. Energy tap. Okay, that's bad. Yeah, I didn't count that as a ritual. I forgot about those. I don't remember exactly how many cycling creatures they have. So I'm just going to let this resolve and see if we die. So they have enough mana now. So if they have just a couple of cyclers. Yeah. Looks like they do. GG's. Yeah, the Architects of yeah. So they weren't like they were very close to not having it. So interesting match. So they kill us on turn 4, which is kind of unfortunate, but nothing we can do. So cast down is going to be good versus some of their deck, some part of their deck, not all of it though. But still we need to add so many things because we have things like Roba Horror where that doesn't really do much. Snap is kind of acceleration, so I want that. I don't want the Faithfuls. So the thing about Faithful is that it can generate infinite life for us, but if we are not going infinite, it's super bad. So should we go for that? Should we not go for that? It's an interesting question, really, because if I don't have this Faithful, I don't have the infinite life combo, but the Faithful is so bad if we are not going infinite. So if I don't have the Faithfuls or the Dinroas, what am I trying to do? Just Archaeomancer and Flicker, so I have infinite negates. That should be enough, right? Snap. I like it because it's acceleration. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. I'm not feeling so well about this. I'm not so sure if it's correct. So this way I have like the combo I have, it's Archaeomancer with Ephemerate, so we can get back infinite interaction spells. But we are so slow versus them that also the infinite life is so clunky. So okay, this is a mulligan. Oof. We have negates and cast down. I think I'm going to keep it, ship the Oracle. Just put Thriving Isle named Black. I think the mulligan to 6. They keep 6. So next turn we are going to look at 3 cards extra. So this should help us find our other land drops. Limir Aqueduct is fine. Negate, I think the third negate is just already too much, so I'm going to just ship it. Divination on a land and pass. They find another land. So this is going to be their turn 3. They have 0 cards in the graveyard, so I don't think I'm going to play around that. I'm going to just play the Seagate Oracle. Next turn we can hold, cast down and negate. Mortuary Mire doesn't really do much. We already have black, so I'm going to pick the Bowling Wells actually. So we can pick blue. So if you're wondering why we have Tribunal and Bowling Wells, and okay, they don't have anything weird. It's very weird. So if you're asking why the split, Tribunal is better at fixing colors, but Evolving Wilds is better at with bounce lands. So you can play the Evolving Wilds, crack it, and then bounce the land you play. So that way it's less clunky, and you can have like 0 mana turn 1, 1 mana turn 2, and 3 mana turn 3. And that's not something you can do with Thriving lands. Yep, you got it. Why were they waiting? Or maybe they just stopped like that? I'm not so sure. So I don't want to tap out for anything really. And we don't need to, so I think I'm going to just play the Bowling Wilds, crack for blue. Archaeomancer is fine. Just crack this for blue. Let's say I can pass. So we have cast down if they exhume. We can also just counter the exhume. But if they exhume, we want to also have answers to the creature once it's in play, so we can just kill it. If they go for Energy Tap, for example, or Rush of Knowledge. Strip Reward Winder. So right now we need to negate instead of cast down, which is unfortunate. So next turn they have 6 mana. Ephemerate is fine. I'm going to attack and cast Ephemerate. Try to find more lands. Yeah, just get a Preordain. Cast it. Okay, I'm going to put top and play the Barons, so we have the all negate up. Again, it's not ideal, but we already have all of our colors, so it's fine. And all of these, this matchup is really about me answering their things more than me having access to all of colors of mana or something like that. It's important for me to have answers. Right now we need the Ash Barons in play to be able to cast negates. So next turn we're going to Ephemerate, Seagate Oracle again, try to find another land. Let's see what they do now. If they go for Exhume, we need to negate it. We can't remove it because they're going to Exhume the River Winder. I honestly forgot that this deck plays River Winder. That makes cast down way worse. Or at least cast down can kill the Shambling Attendants. That's something that they could also be playing. So this is a very hard matchup for us because they play in an axis that we don't really have answers to. And even though their deck is very bad versus aggro, we're not aggro, so it's one of those things, you know, that they just play kind of a deck that's bad against most of the meta, but it's just end up being good versus us. They dispel that. I'm going to negate it again. So one Exhume down. They don't have a land drop, which is fine for us. We are going to have another negate because it's on top of the library, but we can also just play the Archaeomancer and get it back. Depends on what we draw here. Yeah, I'm going to pick negate. Okay, so land is great. This means that we have 1, 2 for the negate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go for Archaeomancer, get back negate. And we have enough mana to... Sorry, Ephemerate. We have enough mana to flicker it if we need to. So we are setting up for the negate loop. They can also go off with multiples of one card, so this is kind of the shields down moment for us. Sadly, if they go for another Exhume, we need to negate it, and if they have something, we are kind of in a rough spot. They know that we have the Ephemerate, so I expect them to play conservatively. So if they play Exhume, this means that we probably lost. They are sucking their land, so this means that we probably lost again. Maybe they are just going for an Exhume creature, and we can cast down it. Songs of the Damned. They already have enough mana that I don't think we can answer to this. The thing is, they already have 6 mana on play, so we need to let that resolve. If they have Ripping, they need to create more Storm that they don't have just yet. Yep. Exhume. I'm going to answer with negate using the one in the hand. This way, if they have a Ripping, then they have less storm count. Okay, so this means that we probably lose. No. Yeah, that's the thing. So this is sad. They're going to draw a million cards. Nothing we can do about it. I don't know what they are doing, honestly. Maybe they are delving. So they have this Spell and Red Elemental Blast, which is very bad for us. But honestly, nothing we could do about it. That's Burnt Offering, so they just use it for mana. Okay. They already have a large enough storm that they can just get back everything with Ripping. They have only 2 cards in hand, so yeah, of course they have the Ripping. So their deck really relies on having Ripping the Graves, otherwise they don't have anything, honestly. It's their only card draw, the only card advantage engine. Well, also they have, I suppose this version also has like Rush of Knowledge, so yeah. So if you can counter the Ripping the Graves, then they are in a bit of in a lot of trouble. So they got back Cantor, Bantasaur, Healer, Rewinder, so they have a lot of cycling. They should be able to just win now. They cast an attendance. Continue cycling. It's super cool to see a deck like this. It's a bit annoying that our deck doesn't really have a good answers to all of this. Maybe the customs were a very bad thing to put in, but really honestly, not anything here would have been great or even good. So it was kind of, sometimes this works, so I'm fine with that, even if they have the hexproof creature. So right now it would be very weird if they fizzle. I don't think they can fizzle. Maybe they just pass, who knows. Maybe they play like one big creature and pass. Yeah. Okay. They play a land. So we didn't die. That's awesome. Wow. It's ephemerate here. Get back the negates. So they probably have like dispels and such. Well, maybe not dispel, but I don't know what happens here, what it's not yielding. I forgot to restart the client, so it's going a bit slow. Okay. I want to have access to 5 mana, so we have negate, ephemerate negate. So we have 3 extra mana. So maybe we just play the land and pass. We can block the Rewinder and flicker the Archaeomancer, so I'm not really worried about that. They seem to be going for that route. Yeah, I'm going to block here. Ephemerate. We have the negate up if they have a counter. They're very low on time too, so maybe if we can steal this, we could be in a good spot. Get back the negate. And I think I'm going to cast down the attendance now. Yeah, I just want to use it. So we have double negate up. Next turn we are going to get back probably another negate. Yep. I don't know why I love so much this card. The art is amazing. I really like it. It really makes me happy. I don't know why. Just a simple guy. Okay, Secret Oracle means that we can deploy that, right? So we want 6, 7 mana. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 8, so we can't. I'm going to attack with this now. I really want to play the Secret Oracle, but I don't think it's correct. We can continue just champ blocking the Cerebral Rewinder forever. They shouldn't be attacking, honestly. Should be just passing. They sack 4 mana. Interesting. They play that card, so they are trying to kill us slowly. We can record the cast down, so that's fine for us. They concede, so they realize they are low on time. Interesting. So let's see what else to do here. No, I think it's correct. I don't think we want the faithfuls. They are so bad most of the time that I don't really think it's worth it. Cast down is also kind of sketchy, but it's interaction that can answer some other things. So I like that. The other option I think is more walk, but again it's so slow. And as we saw in that last game, we weren't able to tap out because if at any point we tap out, then we lose. So I don't think we're going to do that. A Sasuke Familiar would have helped a lot there because instead of having to hold up like 7 mana, we should hold like 4. So it makes it so much better in that respect. Okay, so this hand has some traction, has a cantrip. So how are we going to play this out? Probably just Preordain. Deep Analysis is so sketchy though. I'm going to keep. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. So we can go. Yeah, I'm going to start with Preordain. Next turn we can hold Prohibit. More lands. I think I'm going to put this on the bottom and this on top. We can play the Thriving Naming Black. Next turn. They cycle main phase, they mean that they are digging for lands, probably. They found it. Okay. Snap. Doesn't really do much. I don't think they can go off next turn. Just going to name black. Cycle Riverwinder, so we need to start holding up Prohibit for Exhume. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I should have played the Plains probably. Doesn't really matter now, but may matter in the future. So they are digging for lands. This is one of the problems with this deck, is that even with that many cantrips, it has its problems finding lands. Cleanup step. They discard a Wild Cantor to just play a land and pass. We have Prohibit kicked, not that it matters too much. Okay, they couldn't be playing Wild Cantor because it requires Gruul mana, and the only way to get Gruul mana is by sacrificing this. Makes sense, makes sense. They are low on time. I'm not going to try them to time them out, but as you saw last game, they need to not fizzle, even though it looked like they were winning. Sometimes they just don't have it. So making them play it out worked for us that time. So this turn I'm going to play a Seed Oracle, probably, depending on what we draw. Yeah, so Seed Oracle, try to find some interaction. We don't. We have Snap. Muldrifter is kind of bad in this matchup, if I'm honest. To get the Snap. If we find a familiar, we can use them as rituals and just deploy a lot of things. Okay, they finally found a land. They discarded last time Mystical Teaching, something that I didn't realize before. So this is 7 mana, cycles get anything. So I'm going to counter this. If they have a prohibit or something, a counter spell, then okay. Let's see what they bring back though. Probably the Rewinder. That's okay. Land. So we can go. If you go triple blue, we have outs to find the Ephemerate. We also have Snap to fix our mana, so I'm going to start like this. Okay, Chancer is fine, this generates mana, so I'm going to get this, play it, bounce the planes. So if we snap now, we generate 1 mana, so we can snap a Seagate Oracle, snap a Seagate Oracle, we have 4 mana. That doesn't really accomplish anything, so maybe we just pass with Negate up, even though we don't have it. This will make them nervous at least. They're going to attack probably. I'm going to jump. They find another land. Let's wait for them. Okay, Archaeomancer is fine, I'm going to play it. Just a snap resolve, which is great for us. We are probably going to block with Seed Oracle again. Right now the only way we win is with time, honestly. Which is annoying, I don't really like winning like this, but sometimes it's what you need to do. We have another Seed Oracle, that's why I'm blocking like aggressively. We can snap it, but since we don't have any use for the mana just yet, I don't want to do that. Exhume, so I'm going to snap this and counter. It's kind of a slow blink. Now I can play the Archaeomancer again and get back the Prohibit. And so if we play the Seed Oracle, I don't have enough. I can snap it to generate 1 mana. I snap the Archaeomancer to generate 1 mana, then play the Oracle, and now I would have like 2 mana up for the Prohibit. It's fine, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to tap out like this, so I have counterspell if I find it. It is fine. I'm probably going to let this Rewinder hit me now. Probably, yeah, delving. Counterspell is fine. I can go Archaeomancer, get back snap, play this. I have snap, so I can block and snap. If they do something with the attendance, we can bounce it. I think I'm going to go for block here, bounce my Archaeomancer. That way I'm generating mana. So I have double interaction now, and I can get back the snap with Archaeomancer. Songs of the Damned. They have 7 cards. I'm going to prohibit this. We should be able to win this counter war. Red Elemental Blast. We're going to let the Red Elemental Blast resolve, just in case, and negate the songs. They still have mana, 3 mana in total. Just cycle, that's fine. Okay, so 4, we can get back snap. I'm going to start with this. Shit. Let's see what we draw. Archaeomancer and Ephemerate is a good combo. We can go 4. So I need to play the planes in order to have counterspell up. I can also just not play Archaeomancer just yet. And block Ephemerate. I think I like that. Deploy another Chancery for the snaps that we have. Pass the turn. Wait, counterspell, Ephemerate, so we can actually do this. Okay, I'm going to pass and discard something to hand size. Probably the deep analysis. I'm going to block and Ephemerate it. This gains us a lot of life. And if they counter something, we still got the block. They are low on time, but I think they're ahead here. If they don't kill us right now. We can go Sunscape, Archaeomancer, get back the Ephemerate. Should be enough. Yeah, it's the same thing. Let's start with Familiar, Archaeomancer, Ephemerate, play a land, Ephemerate Archaeomancer, get back snap, snap this, generate mana, play another creature so we have more blockers. So is this, can we do some lock here with a Familiar? Nothing we do, but I'm going to pick it nonetheless. We want to have 2 and 2, that's, sorry, 2 and 1, that's 3, so we can actually play this. Oh, awesome, we won. That's great. We actually didn't have any combo or anything. We just had to hold counterspells up for the rest of the match, and they didn't have enough time to win. Interesting game. See you next time.